Peace, fam. What's good, man? Here with another video, another topic that I've been watching. Before I even get into that, I want to say thank you guys for watching the other videos, for leaving comments. Your opinions, man, matters. You know what I'm saying? It's tons of videos out there, but y'all decided to watch mine and listen to what I gotta say, and I appreciate that, man. Enough love. You know what I'm saying? I don't take that lightly, so thank you. Now, this video is about what went on between Sotomayor and Tariq Nasheed. It's a situation I've been watching. I just didn't want to make a video on it till I knew everything, watch a couple videos and see what went down. And this is a problem that I've been talking about, that I was going to do a video on. You know what I'm saying? And it's the caste system. You know what I'm saying? If anybody don't know what the caste is, the dark skin, light skin thing that's been going on in this black community. You know what I'm saying? And it affected me personally, and I'm gonna tell you guys about that. But it's very this is a very annoying topic, man. You know what I'm saying? A very stupid topic that we still got to be talking about this. But it just shows you, we got issues that we need to talk about and get out, man, and deal with it. Now, this has been going on for years. I mean, decades. We could even say centuries. People say it was taught to the slaves to separate the slaves and the light skin, dark skin. If you had light skin, you know what I'm saying? Everybody knows about the black sheep. Being the black sheep in your family, and it's usually like the dark skinned ones, you know what I'm saying? And the light skinned one always got the better attention, you know what I'm saying? This is something that the black community has to deal with, and it's been going on for decades. I mean, I remember watching Spike Lee's movie, She's Got to Have It. She got to have it, or something like that. Yeah, and it dealt with that dark skin, light skin, the nappy hair, whatever the hell is good here. I don't know what the hell is good here. You know what I'm saying? But this is a topic that we have to deal with. And one of the issues, a lot of people don't like Sotomayor. They call him a sellout, a coon. I agree with certain things that Tommy say, then I disagree with, just like everybody else. It's a lot of things he say that I won't say and I don't agree with, but there's a lot of things that he does say, you know what I'm saying, and show about people that look like me, you know what I'm saying, in my community that I live, that we have to deal with, that is on point, and you always going to get resistance when you coming about the truth. When you're coming about telling people to look within themselves, look within their mirror and see, look within the mirror and see within yourself the things that you're doing wrong, you're going to always have resistance. Nobody want to hear that shit. Nobody want to hear the truth. You know what I'm saying? Now, Tariq Nasheed been calling Tommy Sotomayor crispy, and I disagree with that shit 100%, and I'm going to tell you why. All right? For one, Tariq Nasheed's supposed to be conscious. Now, I heard something by Brother Sankofa, which actually is in the House of Consciousness. I did a video on them with the debate and all this. He said something that really struck me, and he said, consciousness means you're aware. It doesn't mean that you're righteous. It doesn't mean, I guess that's true, because when you hear someone is conscious, you're thinking that they're operating on a higher level of awareness. So like the lower, your higher self. So the lower things that you won't do, not saying you're perfect, but the lower things you won't do, you're trying to elevate to your higher self. And one of the reasons people call Tommy a coon and all this, because they think he hates black people. He hates black women. All right. Now, he claims that most of his fans is black women. I don't know if that's true, but I guess so. Now, I have a theory with that. OK, and I left a comment on a video that I can't get off head right now. But I said I was Tommy, and I'm going to explain that to you. When I was young, if you can look at and tell my features, I'm a dark skinned person. All right. When I was young, I was teased from high school, from elementary school to high school on, about how dark I was, how black I was, all right? Even, would make jokes about go back to Africa. And this didn't come from any white people. You know, now I'm not saying I never experienced racism, but majority of this shit came from black people, people that looked like me, and it affected me. You know, it started making me think that I didn't look good enough. You know, and it affected me to the point that one day I told my uncle, which was he was considered pro black at the time, my uncle Lester. I told him once in New York, I'm gonna have a white woman. I'm gonna marry a white girl. And of course, him being a pro blapper, he stopped. He's like, what the hell are you talking about? You're gonna marry a white girl? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna marry a white girl because I want my kids to come out light skinned. So he looked at me, you know, real confused. He looked pissed. He's like, what do you mean by that? I was like, well, I want my kids to be light skinned so they don't have to go through what I went through. That's the type of thinking that I started thinking when going through, from people calling me dark skinned, my own, you know, own people that's supposed to be you know, people that look like you. And that affected me so much that I was going to marry a white girl and have white and light skinned kids so they won't be teased in school, because I saw how my people would treat the girls that was red boned, had the good hair, and the sisters that were dark skinned. They wanted, I mean, beautiful women, but they won't even look at them because they were dark skinned. And I saw that sickness. Okay, I didn't know what the so-called caste system at that time. I just knew that that shit affected me, and that's how I thought before I started getting consciousness and becoming aware. I mean, I don't give a shit about that now. All right, I didn't marry. I mean, I dated white girls and stuff like that. I don't have no problem with dating. I don't believe you can date whatever you want. That's my belief. That's my belief. Okay, if you fall in love with someone, not lust. If you fall in love with someone, I don't care what nationality, Chinese, whatever. I mean, I just don't see anything wrong with that. That's just my perspective. All right, but that's how I thought. But it gets deeper than that. Okay, now in the 90s, I used to date this girl. She was from Jamaica. Okay, now it was off and on, but we dated. I mean, I knew a majority all my life, and she was from Jamaica. And she had family. Now, the family didn't like me. Guess why? I'll wait. They didn't like me because I was too dark. All right? This came out of her own mouth. They didn't like me because I was too dark skinned and my hair was too nappy. At the time, I was growing dreads. You know, I cut my dreads off a couple of times and grew it back. But her family was from Jamaica, man. That shit was crazy to me. Now, they were a little lighter than me, but they were black and from Jamaica. And I used to go through hell with this girl to the point that she actually got pregnant, okay? Now, when she got pregnant, she was actually fucking around with another dude at the same time when I was messing with her. So when she got pregnant and she called me from Miami, I'm thinking it's my kid. You know what I'm saying? But then I found out that she was dating this other dude. This other dude was Chinese. He was from Jamaica. He was actually from Jamaica, but he was Chinese. Yes, they have Chinese Jamaicans. All right. Now, coming to find out, I want to find out if that's my kid. She won't give me a DNA test. When the kid was born, he looked like me. You know what I'm saying? He looked like me. But because, and let me tell you this, because she was embarrassed to tell her family that I was the father. Not because I was a bad person, not because I was robbing and stealing, not because I was a drug dealer. I used to try to get her to go to school. I was not that person. But they didn't care about that. I was too dark. That's how deep this shit goes. Now, that's a whole different video. I can stand all day and tell you about that, and maybe one day I will. But this is just to show you how deep this shit runs, man. And Tariq Nasheed, I think y'all all need to go and watch this video. I think his name is Dave Carroll or something like that. That Tommy has up on his Soto conspiracy. This dude just he put it down. Y'all need to check that video out. No, because he's right. Nobody won. What do you think when people not in this community, like whites or whatever, Chinese, looking at this shit, man? You don't see white people or Jewish people doing this shit. Now, the argument can be, well, they didn't go through slavery and all that. Yeah, I understand that. But see, I'll come back with another argument. That's no excuse, because now we know. Now we know, okay, when we was in slavery, we was taught this. We got to change this. You see what I'm saying? We can change that. But it's still like I tell a lot of people, the majority of girls I dated in life was white. The only girls that would come up to me was white and Spanish chicks. Mostly Puerto Ricans. I dated a lot of Spanish and Puerto Rican women and white women. And this wasn't me saying, you know what, I'm gonna go. I only mess with white girls or Puerto Rican girls. No, they were the only girls would approach me because I'm a type of shy guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm a shy guy. I'm nervous going up to girls and shit. You know what I'm saying? And back then I was worse. But that's the girls that would approach me. When I used to try to talk to black chicks, they won't give me the time of day. Now, not all black chicks are like that. Let me stop there and say that, because I know people would think as not all of them like that. But the majority of the ones that I am in contact with in relationships or whatever you want to call it, they didn't want to give me time of day because I wasn't light skinned enough and I ain't had the good curly hair. Whatever the hell that is, man. Whatever the hell that is. What is good hair? Now, so this is a topic that I experience in life and is very frustrating. You know what I'm saying? The so-called black conscious community, if that's a title, you know, they're standing up. They're tired of the discrimination in America. They're tired of all this shit. You know, when a white person call us nigga and make fun of us, we're ready to fucking march for that shit. We're ready to march for that shit. You know what I'm saying? This is unacceptable. But when we do it to ourselves, how the hell you think that look? How are we supposed to have respect from other communities when we're doing stupid shit like this? Because you're lighter and because, you know, oh my God, it's so crazy, man. It's like, it's really mental health issues with that shit. I just don't get it. You know, you're not better. You see, this all goes back to ego. Now, this is what we was taught. You know what I'm saying? Back in the days, if you was closer to white, you were better. If you were dark skinned, you got treated worse, even by your own family. You know what I'm saying? This is a disease, man, and it needs to stop. A good book that y'all should pick up to learn about the caste system that I read about is this right here. It's actually a book on the history of Bob Marley. A very good book, man. It's called Catch a Fire. I had to watch it for a class that I have in college, and it's a great book, man. And it talks about the caste system. And I'm a West Indian, Trini. Shout out to all my Trini brothers out there. And in Trinidad, it's the same thing. You know, I have Indian mixed in my family, West Indian. And there's even conflict in Trinidad of Indians against blacks. It's just division, man. It's just so much division going on. You know, and getting into spirituality, excuse me, we realize that we won consciousness. We won consciousness. But if you look at the world and the way how the world is set up and how people think, they far from even understanding that shit. Because we separate people by, you separate people by color. If not color, I'm from Brooklyn, okay? And I live in Orlando, Florida right now. And sometimes when I meet people from down here, they even got a problem with me because I'm from up north. I remember working at a job and trying to talk to people, and people won't talk to me. And you know the basis why? Not because I was a bad person, because I was from up north. They don't even know me, but the way I talk is not with that country slang. So, oh, he's not from here. It's just always some separation shit going on. If it ain't that, you from a certain block. Then you get into gangbang. I'm from this block. You're from this city. And then it's the coast. Then we go down to the coast. You're from this coast. You're from that coast. Or you wearing these pants. I mean, come on, man. That shit get crazy. Everybody is divided to something. Everybody. And it's ridiculous, down to even team sports. If you like this team and you don't like this team, I mean, it never ends. I could stay here all day and talk about division, man, all day. So Tariq Nasheed, man, you're wrong for that, bro. You know, he's a good businessman, and he's a good person to watch and see how he build up his Hidden Colors series, you know, and the Hidden Colors series is good, man. You know what I'm saying? I like the brother, but that shit with the crispy shit, it needs to stop, bro. Even if you were joking, even to say that, yo, I was just joking, it's serious than that. That caste system shit needs to die, man. And that's one of the reasons why, you know, not other people won't respect us, because we don't even respect ourselves. We're always separating shit. Always separating shit. You know what I'm saying? But man, I ain't gonna keep y'all all day. I'm gonna end it here. I just want to say this calling dark-skinned people crispy and shit like that. I know that shit affected Tommy. He ain't gonna come out and say that shit, but I know he probably did. But I know that affected Tommy, because he probably grew up getting teased and shit about his dark skin, and now he has like a vengeance against blacks. Like I don't know. I mean, I'm saying I don't know what's in his mind, but I know for me, that shit had me thinking that way, where I wanted to marry a white woman so my kids won't be going through that shit. So I don't know, man. You guys out there probably had experience with this light skin, dark skin shit. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, whatever culture you come from, man. Whatever so-called race you are. Understand that we one consciousness. Stop the separation. We one consciousness. We just one consciousness coming in different forms, expressing ourselves in different ways. But we all one. Chill out with that. You know, there's so much separation. You know, I even dated, like I said, I dated a lot of Puerto Rican women, and it was racism there, where their family didn't like me because I was you know, I was black, which was real stupid, because if you study Puerto Rico history, you will see that there's so much African culture there. You know, because people say they just got off on a different boat and they went into Puerto Rico, and then the Spaniards came. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of African culture in the foods. If you go to Puerto Rico, you will see dark-skinned Puerto Ricans like this. You know what I'm saying? So when you see, sometimes you see Spanish people acting racist, like, come on, man, but it's not about, this is how we was brought up in this society. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think till you start doing real spiritual work, then you pull back and you see that this shit is all fucking illusions. These are shit to keep us divided. I don't know, man. Anyway, thank you guys for watching and listening to what I had to say. I had to vent on that. If you guys had any experience with that, write a comment. You know what I'm saying? Anybody in different cultures that have experiences like that, you know, read up on the caste system and learn about that, and check out this book, man. It talks a lot about it. I know it's a story about Marley, but it talks a lot about the caste system in it. So or you could go online and get information, man. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Leave your comments, like the video if you like it. If you don't, then, you know, click the I don't like button. But thank you for your time, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Y'all stay safe out there. Peace.